The first day of school is getting closer, and that means it's also the second busiest shopping season of the year. For the next 2 weeks, Daybreak is helping you get ready for the first day of school. And this morning, I'm joined by Heidi Bott, a Wyoming mother of 4 who has some great tips on shopping and thrifting. So Heidi, what do we need to know about thrift shopping for our kids for back to school clothes?
Well, for some people it's a little bit daunting. They're not sure where to start. I tell people to start looking for shirts. Shirts are the thing that I can find for anybody, any size, any age. My husband, I can find shirts for him. I can find shirts for my kids.
So get into it by starting with shirts.
Right.
Feel some success, feel some power with it.
Exactly.
Where do we go from there?
Pants are a little bit harder to find, so if you need pants, you could check a consignment shop. They're a little bit more expensive, but they still have great deals.
How do you pick out your favorite shops?
Just by trial and error, really.
Because really there are a lot of them around now. There's not just Goodwill.
Right.
There are a lot of places.
I will, if I see a new one, I'll stop. If I don't find something right away, I may stop another month or two later and just see if it was a bad day, because you never know what you're going to find. I just get a bad feeling. I don't like the store, and so I don't go back. But there are a few that I've picked that work for me because I find great things there.
And then that's a key. Go back often, because the turnover is something you want to stay on top of.
Right. Right.
Okay, well, so find the right store for you on your side of town. Talk about not buying unless you're certain.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, it's easy when some of these things are $2 to $3 just to buy them. But if I'm not 100% sure my kids are going to wear them, then I am not going to get them, because it's just clutter and I'm not really saving money if it's something that we're never going to use.
When it comes to thrift stores, how much should we expect? What's a good deal for a shirt or a pair of pants, say for your son, 9 years old?
Yeah, I would say for anybody, the prices are usually $2 to $3.
Okay.
And that's for kids, that's for adults.
So I see you leaving thrift shops sometimes with bags of clothing and sometimes with just an item. You really have to put some time into it if you want to get those deals.
Yes, but you don't have to spend a lot of time in the store.
All right. If it's not what you like, head on out.
That's right.
Heidi, we're going to talk back with you in another half hour, so stick around with us.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
First day of school is inching closer. We're watching out for your kids as you get ready to send them back to the classroom. There are some good habits that you can start right now so that the first day isn't so hard. This morning I'm joined by Heidi Bott, a Wyoming mother of 4. She has some good tips on how we can be ready for day one. The first thing we want to talk about, bedtime. It's a hard one, isn't it?
It is. My kids get up really early for school, and they like to sleep late during the summer. So about 3 weeks before school starts, I start waking them up earlier, so it's not quite as much of a shock to their system. And that helps us get them in bed a little bit earlier every night, too.
Yep, because they're tired by the end of the day when they're getting up earlier.
Right, exactly.
And so 3 weeks, that's about right now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Talk about school supplies. That can be quite overwhelming. How do you go about buying school supplies? It's kind of a all-summer effort for you, isn't it?
Yes. At the end of the year, we get a list of what our kids are going to need, and we mark off things like scissors and rulers and pencil boxes that we have and we can keep for the next year. And then we just carry that list with us. And then towards the end of the summer, we still have a few things left, and once it starts to get too expensive, I'll just stop at buying things like the Kleenex and the baby wipes and the classroom supplies. And I'll just tell the teacher, we just ran out of money, so in December I will bring all of these things, and they're not going to go through 26 boxes of Kleenex in the first week of school.
No, they're not, and that's a great idea, because later in the year that teacher's going to need those items to be replenished.
Right.
Talk about, I know that you work in the cafeteria at your kids' school. I was really interested to read some of the items that you see wasted and how that can help in your shopping for food, for lunches.
Yeah, kids throw a lot of things away from their lunches. I see kids just eating the meat off of their sandwiches, or they don't have a long time to eat. My kids eat in their classrooms, so they might have a bag of chips or something like that that they can get through if they're not visiting with their friends.
So you're talking about buying cucumbers because your kids like cucumbers and not the carrots and the radishes. They're not going to eat them.
Right, exactly.
Know what your kids like.
Exactly.
So you're not wasting money.
Yeah.
That's really simple. And here's advice that I like, because I think it works for adults too. Pick out those clothes, put the lunches together the night before.
Yes, we get everything ready the night before. Shirt to shoes, I want to know exactly what they're wearing so they don't look like a mess, and it's all done because we have very little time from the time we get up to when they have to walk out the door.
With 4 kids,
Yes.
I bet you don't have much time. Heidi, thank you for joining us this morning and
Thank you.
sharing your mom advice with us.